Hey guys, welcome to the Fury Time channel. Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury already know how much they will earn from mega fight. Joshua and Fury could finally meet in the ring, and they have each been guaranteed 100 million for their domestic clash. Anthony Joshua has been accused of fighting Fransis Ngannou only as a means to one-up Tyson Fury. So, with every match ruled out, Ngannou struck a deal with AJ, while the super fight with Deontay Wilder was blown after the American was beaten. But retired former super middleweight champion Carl Froch believes Joshua is only fighting Ngannou to try and better Fury's performance. He told, "It's bad for boxing because who wants to watch it? Because when Joshua wins, what's he done? What's he achieved? Fuck all. All he wants is bragging rights to say he did a better job than Tyson Fury, but no one cares. Joshua Ngannou is a pointless fight. It's doing nothing for boxing. Sure, it keeps him ticking over while he waits Tyson Fury, but why not fight a real boxer? Fight Zhang Zhili, fight Joe Joyce, fight Daniel Dubois. There are fights available to Joshua against top contenders and real boxers, but instead he is jumping in with Ngannou in a pointless exhibition. Anthony Joshua vs David Haye, Carl Froch, big fantasy fight winner. Jeff Mayweather predicts Anthony Joshua's fate against Francis Ngannou. The fight could be over, but underestimating Francis Ngannou's potential in his upcoming boxing match against former two-time unified champion Anthony Joshua would be a grave error. Ngannou in his second boxing match is facing another prominent heavyweight figure in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Before Ngannou steps into the ring on March 8th, Jeff Mayweather, Floyd Mayweather's uncle, has given his 2 cents about how the fight may go down. In his previous boxing match last October, the Predator surprised the world and justified his departure from the UFC by going head-to-head with WBC heavyweight champion Tyson Fury for 10 rounds, including an early knockdown. However, will that be enough against AJ, who is coming off of a string of spectacular victories in 2023? Jeff Mayweather is leaning slightly towards Francis Ngannou. Ngannou might be a new player, but the power he holds has awarded him a world record. In 2017, he recorded a punch at the UFC Performance Institute, surpassing the previous record held by kickboxer Tyrone Spong. Mayweather believes this punch can provide Ngannou an upper hand on Joshua. One thing that he got, one thing that everybody wished they had, and that's the power, and I think that way. At some point in the fight, he is gonna get caught by Ngannou and he is going to have to show his worth. He said it in a discussion on the Mayweather Challenge. Mayweather is clear about who he will be placing his bets on in the upcoming fight. I lean slightly towards Ngannou. I think that he is going to catch, and if he catches him with a good clean shot, the fight could be over. But if he don't, I can't see him not being able to hit Joshua, added the coach. Carl Froch believes Anthony Joshua would have been too big for David Haye if their pair would have ever come together for a heavyweight clash. The Nottingham man, a former international amateur teammate of Haye, knows both boxers very well, and he is offered his verdict on how a potential clash between the two former world heavyweight champions would have a play out. Haye was approaching the final stage of his career in an iconic rivalry with Tony Bellew when Joshua became world champion. There was constant speculations linking the pair to a fight, and if Haye had been successful against Bellew, it was possible the fight could have been made. Froch has had his say in how things might have played out. I think AJ is too big for him, but a prime David Haye is a very good, explosive power, fast, brave as like you. He may have got to Anthony Joshua and started catching him, said Froch when speaking on YouTube channel. But AJ is a big lamb, and if you look at what AJ did in the ring, he still threatened him. He claimed all of the canvas at Wembley Stadium in front of 79,000 people and got the win, Froch said. Thanks for watching guys. If you like this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel.